yesterday I had a very frustrating shoot. Very frustrating.
Why?
I had to shoot like a carpet, and it's in a tight space, and I get stacked, and for me...
You say carpet?
Like a red carpet.
Oh, gotcha.
Like it was the opening night for the New York Film Festival, and it's a tight space. I'm big, but there are big people also on the carpet. I'm not the only one taking up space.
Gotcha.
That's not the issue here. But I am the one getting kind of like... I don't want to say anything because I don't want to be rude to the people. Everyone's putting in effort, and it's tough, especially for photographers. And nobody's like getting in my way because we're all in each other's way. But I had a tough situation to shoot around, basically. And it shouldn't be that way because my company is house with it. But I was covering editorially, and another staff photographer was the intended house photographer.
Gotcha. But
I will take that role Sunday and next Tuesday. And so he was sitting fine. But now I'm like dealing with this, and somebody's late, and we're going to stick them right in you because you've got a good spot. But since this person was late, and they're actually wired to the studio, they got to get the good spot too. And I was like, well, I'm now a tier down from. It's just it gets into sort of like a pecking order, and then like a discussion, and then like a space thing, and it's so funny, just how it never works out. And I know this miles ahead. I knew this. I see my assignments. I'm like, oh, okay. So those days I'm gonna have to deal with this kind of shit.
Gotcha.
And that kind of anxiety. It's like, all right, light one up real quick. Like, don't want to even think about it till I walk into the door. Basically,
do the job.
But it's a catch-22 because you have to show up to these things early because you have fiends who don't have good reserved spots.
So they
they come and they'll do dicey things and they'll take up some more space and give them an inch and they'll take the mile and. So you got to get there and you kind of got to own it. And it's not like showing up and throwing down, but you got to stand your ground.
Yeah. Not like in Florida, though.
No. And either way, it's always a process. And I had one of them last night.
Paparazzi
and I just was like, man, how do we get to this topic? Because now I'm just flustered with the whole...
We're talking about...
Did you have a question?
We were talking about being stoned and forgetting what we were talking about. I think that's what we were talking about.
Were we?
No. We got stoned and forgot what we were talking about.
Absolutely. And more so now that I'm like strange.
No, we were just talking about that. You were talking about the red carpet and,
I was talking about it being... Mo Salah! No!
Oh. There's football in the background. Nixon honorary Englishman. The only person right now sitting in his room playing Premier League.
Yeah? Oh yeah, all day. I've given up going to the pub, I think.
That's probably for the best.
Well, I did it for a year sober, and it just was... I had fun, but at the end of it, I was like, I'm not where you guys are at anymore. Like, I'm there when the game's on, but when the game's over, I'm back to reality, and I see all the people that aren't, and I'm like, I remember being there and being like, who isn't,
sober at the pub
so
for
I
football.
Sober for football is fine. I thought it was going to be tough, but it's actually like, it goes by the same amount, like it goes by too quickly. A lot of times I'll bring a spliff, I'll burn one down beforehand.
See, that's the thing.
Bring the vape, puff one in,
As soon as we can start having like smoke lounges, as soon as we got smoke lounges, we can go
the
there
world
and watch the
is
game.
already the smoke. Like, I mean, with the vape,
it's true. Everywhere.
I don't want people burning blunts and J's everywhere I go. Like, I don't want a room full.
Yeah.
I'll take a vape. I'll take the vape spot. Like, people roll in like, and then they're high, and it's not like all right.
It's still clean. It's not like a pool hole back there.
I dig the whole smoky, that cigar lounge, alcohol den.
Yeah.
I've been there and I've done that, and I don't need it. Like,
so you don't like the idea of a smoking
I want
lounge.
a sort of a cleaner, more open-aired environment, but I still want to get high. And,
I
mean, I'll walk outside and smoke the J.
It's all about the outdoor section. I think that's the balance.
Oh yeah. Just sort of,
No. So when I was in Greece back in the day, like I remember I was sitting at a restaurant, and everybody else in the restaurant was smoking a bogey, and I don't even smoke cigarettes, but like it was like 8 other people in this tiny little cafe. Everybody smoking.
Did you light up?
Nah, yo, I was sitting there, I was like, just like trying to like cut up my lamb. You feel me? It's like dying. I was just like, yo, if this was weed, I would be okay with this. You feel me? But like, just mad Marlboro Reds being blown.
Yeah, they don't fuck around. But there's an elegance
so many
the way they smoke.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I felt like I smoked a pack by the time I left.
I mean, I grew up with two parents that smoke.
Yeah.
Shout out, don't do that to your children. Shade to my parents.
Shade. Hashtag don't smoke.
I'll hide my shade. Because otherwise my resentments get bad. Either way,
That's real. But yeah, the smoking in the house.
Yeah, man. Smoking in the house, don't do it. And it's...
Not cigarettes.
I was used to it, which is something I actually, I did enjoy it. Like, I was like, like, you know, I had grandparents, I walk in their house, but like, I have this distinct smell that I will always remember, and probably isn't a good one to have.
Yeah.
But that was America, you know? Like, as much...
Nah, I have...
Honorary Englishman as I may.
No, I feel you. Look, I have memories of going to my grandparents' house on my mother's side and smelling the pipe tobacco that my grandfather used to smoke. And then going to my uncle's house, his son, and smelling the cigar smoke.
But I dig...
But I enjoyed it.
I don't...
As a kid.
I don't
but now
have a smug feeling towards people that smoke. To each his own.
I mean, to be fair, I smoke spliffs. You know what I mean? I put tobacco in my weed. I smoke pure ones as well. I smoke blunts. That's tobacco. I try to
stay optimistic when I think about like people like Willie Nelson and whoever, iconic, old pot smokers that are in the game that are heavy pot smokers. Because like I think about Lil Wayne, I'm like, all right, he's 36, like he's doing all right. Like from what seems, I thought he maybe died recently, but then they said he didn't. And like Snoop Dogg, like okay, like I'm also into figuring out some alternatives. I love me some smoke, the flower, the bud. I'm gonna stay true to that for sure. But I could do some candies. Yeah, like
edibles.
Yeah, like make my life a little bit easier too. Like getting around, like just got a lollipop, just going.
Yeah, the vape pen and
vape pen I love, but I abuse that shit a bit too much. Yeah. Like that's why it scares me. I'm happy to get those cartridges, but then I'm just like every second.
Oh, I can smoke
this
everywhere
I'm going. I'm like,
will smoke
I
it
have to pee.
Everywhere.
Cool. Well, actually, I'm going to use the stall because while I pee, I'm going to take a little hit of this vape pen. like I'm just the reasonable doubt.